There was reportedly a negative backstage reaction to The Rock's cryptic promo last Friday on SmackDown involving Cody Rhodes. WWE Hall of Famer Bully Ray blasts Dave Meltzer's rating system as well as what he perceives to be a 5-star match. TNA Wrestling reportedly is interested in signing former WWE superstar Electra Lopez after she was released from World Wrestling Entertainment. We've got an update on Becky Lynch's status with WWE. Lex Luger is able to stand without wheelchair assistance. Plus, Dijak opens up on his conditions for joining All Elite Wrestling. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with backstage reaction to The Rock's cryptic promo last Friday night on SmackDown. Now, following much anticipation, the final boss, The Rock, made his return on Friday Night SmackDown on USA Network and announced New Orleans as the host city of WrestleMania 42 before a rambling promo segment with undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. The Rock repeatedly swung from heel to babyface during the segment, during which he largely emphasized that Cody and his family could have everything they ever wanted if Rhodes became The Rock's champion. Cody, who noted he was the people's champion, seemed stunned for much of the segment. The Rock eventually ended by telling Rhodes he wanted more than anything in the world was Cody's soul, giving him until the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event this coming weekend to think about his offer. Now, the reaction to the promo on social media was primarily one of confusion, and the reception within WWE wasn't completely positive, with one person telling Dave Meltzer that The Rock turned more times in that segment than Paul White did in his career as The Big Show. Quote, "You should have watched that segment and known exactly what's going on, and as one person there told me, in one segment he turned more than The Big Show did in his entire career," which is an exaggeration, but I think he turned 3 or 4 times, Meltzer said on Wrestling Observer Radio. Another person within WWE was also negative about what The Rock's promo did for Cody, telling Meltzer they believe The Rock really diminished the undisputed WWE champion. The Rock's return on SmackDown was a late addition to the show, coming together only a few days before February 21st in what was a shock to many. The Rock hinted following SmackDown that his current storyline with Cody Rhodes wouldn't lead to a match at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. Now, for more reaction to this, WWE Hall of Famer John Bradshaw Layfield says he thought The Rock segment with Cody Rhodes was incredibly well done. On the February 21st episode of SmackDown, The Rock called out Cody Rhodes and told him he wanted to be his champion and also he wanted the American Nightmare Soul. Speaking on Something to Wrestle, JBL was asked whether he saw the segment. He said, quote, "I did. I thought it was strange, and I thought it was probably supposed to be strange. Sometimes you do stuff that you don't have a finish to. That's why they call it episodic television, and I thought that's what it was. I have no idea what I'm going to take your soul meant. I don't think anybody else does. I think it and thought it was incredibly well done. It looked uncomfortable, and I think that's how it was supposed to look. I thought it was incredibly well done. By the way, you got the biggest movie star in the last 20 years coming back to WWE. There's no downside to this. A lot of people have always gotten mad about guys coming back, mad about The Warrior coming back, about Sid coming back, about Hogan coming back, about The Rock coming back. Look, if you're big enough, you don't need him. But there ain't nobody bigger than that man. So it's always great to someone like that to come back because it really helps the show," JBL said. So what are your thoughts? Do you agree with the negative reaction or the positive reaction, what JBL is saying? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. Now, speaking of something that divides opinion, Dave Meltzer's 5-star rating system. In 1983, Dave Meltzer created a narrative that is still prominent in his weekly Wrestling Observer newsletter today. The 5-star match ratings. Whether it's a large corporate company or mid-sized independent promotion, Meltzer consistently observes to rate matches, sparking debates within the Squared Circle fan base about which matches or wrestlers are worth watching. For someone like WWE and TNA Hall of Famer Bully Ray, who has had his share of must-watch matches, he does not find Meltzer's 5-star system helpful or significant. Quote, absolutely zero importance, Ray replied sternly when asked how critical 5-star ratings are to him on Busted Open Radio, The Masterclass. When it comes to the star rating, the 5-star rating pro wrestling match, a star rating on a wrestling match would mean something to me if somebody like Ric Flair was giving out the 5-star rating, if somebody like Hulk Hogan was giving out the 5-star rating, if somebody like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat or Ricky Morton or Robert Gibson. I think you get the point. If the top workers, the top money earners in our business want to put a star rating on the match, I'm more apt to listen to what they have to say than anybody else who's up with the star rating just to manipulate wrestling fans more than the wrestling business, end quote. In Ray's opinion, a 5-star match is defined by the crowd's emotion, how emotional they are, and how the characters in the ring convey the story. During the interview, he mentioned examples of matches like The Rock versus Hulk Hogan, while he praises Meltzer for carving out his niche in this crowded industry filled with reporters seeking recognition. He encourages fans to determine their own favorite matches instead of relying on critics to make those choices for them. He said, quote, "I've said it before, I have nothing against Dave Meltzer. He's come up with a way to make money in the wrestling business by manipulating wrestling fans," Ray noted. "Here's my issue. My issue is people putting so much stock into whether or not he thinks a match is good or not. People won't watch a wrestling match if Meltzer says he gave a match 2 stars. They're probably not apt to watch it. I don't encourage that. Watch the match on your own. Determine if you like it or not," end quote. Flair vs. Steamboat in 1989 was the first match to earn a 5-star rating from Meltzer. Decades later, the fierce rivalry between Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega culminated in the first ever 7-star rated match, marked by their intense slugfest at New Japan Dominion on June 9, 2018, where Omega ended Okada's historic reign with the IWGP Heavyweight Championship in a 2-hour 3-falls match. Among individual wrestlers, the Billy Goat Will Ospreay is notable as the only wrestler in Meltzer's rating history to accumulate the most matches rated 5 stars or higher, totaling 48. So what are your thoughts on the 5-star rating system? Do you buy into it? Do you not buy into it? Is it up to your personal preference? Do you agree with Bully Ray? Do you agree with Dave Meltzer? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. Now, a bit of an update here when it comes to a possible signing for TNA Wrestling. Electra Lopez was one of several talents let go by WWE during the February 2025 round of cuts, with Lopez reportedly backstage at the February 21st TNA Wrestling Impact TV taping at Full Sail University. There has been a lot of speculation about the former WWE superstar potentially joining the promotion. Per Sportskeeda's Dr. Chris Featherstone on Backstage Pass, TNA Wrestling is showing, quote, very high interest, end quote, in signing Electra Lopez. It was noted that Lopez and TNA Wrestling are currently in talks about Lopez potentially making her debut following her 90-day non-compete clause expiring. The report noted that while there are other companies showing interest in signing Lopez, she's leaning towards joining TNA. Following previous appearances for WWE in 2018 and 2019, Lopez signed with the company in 2021, making her official NXT debut that June. NXT and TNA have established a notable partnership, announcing an official deal in January following previous crossovers. Now, a bit of an update here when it comes to the future and WWE status of former Women's World Champion Becky Lynch. With reports that Becky Lynch signed a new WWE contract in January of this year, the absent star has addressed her wrestling future. Speculation that Lynch would return at the January 6th WWE Raw debut on Netflix proved unfruitful, though her new contract status was reported shortly afterwards. More recently, it was reported that both Lynch and Charlotte Flair were listed on the internal WWE roster, with returns on Raw and SmackDown anticipated respectively. Lynch is still yet to be seen, although she has commented on her future during an appearance on the Getting Over Wrestling podcast. The 5-time WWE Women's Champion noted that she was being so vague in her answer before addressing her future in both wrestling and with her family, saying, quote, I'm being so vague and don't mean to be in any way cagey, but I feel like I have a great mind for wrestling, a great love for it, and so it's always going to be there in my heart and in my head. It's part of my family. It's the reason I have my family, so it's so important to me. I just don't know what it looks like in the future. I think life continues to surprise me in wonderful ways recently. You can make all of these plans, but sometimes things don't go the way you intended, but in the long run, something works out better than you expected. I feel like that's been my whole run. Now, of course, Charlotte Flair made her return at the February 1st WWE Royal Rumble Premium Live event, going on to win the titular Women's Rumble match. Now, a positive update when it comes to WWE and WCW legend Lex Luger. Diamond Dallas Page has shared an update on Lex Luger, who has been dealing with temporary paralysis since 2007. In the update, Luger is able to stand out of his wheelchair without assistance. Now, Luger has been working with DDP for over a decade in an effort to regain some of his mobility. Now, we wish Lex the best in his continued progress, and of course, we get any more positive updates on the total package, we'll let you know in the future. And finally, Dijak, could he be on his way to AEW? Well, former WWE superstar Dijak has addressed the creative condition under which he would move to AEW or any other company. Dijak announced that he was departing WWE in June of last year after his contract was not renewed. Now, on the independent scene, including having competed for MLW, Dijak recently opened up about the possibility of signing with AEW. Speaking to What Culture Wrestling, Dijak was asked if AEW was an option, with the star not ruling it out. Currently wrestling as Donovan Dijak, the star would reveal that he would go where they want to have him, saying, quote, "Everything's a possibility. I'm not going to lobby hard for anything or say that nothing's impossible. Everything is open. I want to go to a place where they want to have me. That's it. I learned the hard way through my time in WWE that if they don't see you the way you want to see yourself, then you need to find a place that does see you the way that you see yourself. And that's okay. I'm not angry about that. I don't hold that against anyone. Everyone has their view. Not everybody has to love me, but I view myself in a very particular light, and there are other companies that I work with, MLW's a very good one, that also views me in a similar light." Exploring his intent to work for companies that saw value in him and what he can bring to the table, Dijak went on to state, quote, "If there are those companies I want to collaborate with, so if AEW opens that door, I've made it very clear to them, TNA to WWE, I'm completely open to working with you if you are interested in working with me in the same capacity that I would like to be worked with. That's how I view everything. That's what I want out of my career at this point. I think I can take all these companies to the next level, so that's my goal. My goal is to take whatever company wants to utilize my skill set and take them to the next level." But there you go, guys, the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to join the WN365 roster. And a reminder, I will be live this Saturday for a WWE Elimination Chamber watch along, so be sure to join me then about 15 minutes before the show actually goes on the air, which is about 1:45 in the morning over here in the UK, or, of course, I think it's 6:45 p.m. Eastern as well in the United States. So be sure to join me then. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.